Multiplication and division of numbers less than 1. So when we're carrying out multiplication and division of numbers less than 1, the rules are exactly the same as the rules for numbers greater than 1. What we imply is that whenever we multiply, or whenever there's multiplication is involved between two numbers, and we need to evaluate that form of, we need to evaluate those numbers or that mathematical expression, we need to, in log, using logarithm tables, then multiplication will imply that we add the log values of the numbers, then division implies that we subtract the log values of the numbers. So there are two methods, so let's start. I'm going to start off with the first method. I'm going to say method 1. The first method, a 0.8907 and 0.006792. So I'm going to express each figure in standard form. Okay, so that will give us, in this case, this will give me 8.907 times 10 raised to minus 1 times 6.792 times 10 raised to minus 3. So we say from tables log 8.907 log 8.907 is equal to log 8.9, that is log 89 under 0. 89 under 0 is 9494. 89 under 0, 9494, difference 7. 9 difference 7 is equal to 3. That's 3. That's equal to 9497. That's equal to 9497. And log 6.792 is equal to 67 under 9. 67 under 9, 8319. 8319 plus difference 2. 67 difference 2, 1. 0238 8320 8320. So what implies that we're going to have them a common base. So each of them will have a base 10. So 10 raised to the log of 8907, which is 9494. So the characteristic of log 8.907 will going to give us here to be, characteristic here is 0. So 0 points. So 8907, which is 9497. 9497 times 10 raised to minus 1 times. So the characteristic of this is also 0 points. Then the log value is 0.20 times 10 raised to minus 3. From indices, we collect, since this multiplication, we're going to add. So this will give us 10 raised to 0.9497 plus 0.8320 times 10 raised to minus 1 plus minus 2. So this will give us 10 raised to, let me add these two together. 0.9497 plus 0.8320 1.7817 1.7817 1.7817. Okay, so this times 10. So minus 1 plus times minus will give us minus 1 plus times minus will give us minus 3. This equals to minus 4. 10 raised to minus 4. So since the bases are the same, so this will give us, so before we go on, we seem to proceed with our calculation. 10 raised to, so this 1 becomes 10 raised to 1 plus 10 raised to 1 plus 0.7817 times 10 raised to minus 4. And of course it becomes 10 raised to 1 times 10 raised to 0.7817 times 10 raised to minus 4. So 10 raised to 0.7817 times 10 raised to 1 plus minus 4. And 10 raised to 0.7817 times 10 raised to minus 3. So the antilog of 0.7817 from tables is equal to so 78 under 0.78 under 1 0.78 under 1 6039 difference 7 difference 7 is 10 7 is 10 9406 6049 6049. So therefore 10 raised to 0.7817 times 10 raised to minus 3 is equal to this value here. We already got the antilog of this part, so that will give us 6049 times 10 raised to minus 3. Remember that minus 3 here is a characteristic. So in this form, since it's a standard form, this implies that we move our decimal points backwards. So which means that from here, so 6.09 6.049 times 10 raised to minus 3. 6.049. So why do we have our decimal point here? Because from here, when we got our antilog, we got the characteristic here was 0.7817. So which means that when we're getting the logarithm of this number, the characteristic was 1. No, it was 1 point something. So since it's 1, the characteristic became 0. So the antilog will be, since it's 0, that means the decimal point must be moved one place forward, one place after the first significant figure. So that was why we have 6.049 times 10 raised to minus 3. So now minus 3 means that we're going to move our decimal point backwards 3 times. So this will give us 0.00649. So this is the antilog of so this is our final answer for E. B 0.00889 divided by 204.6. So express each figure in standard form. Express each figure in standard form. So this will give us 8.89 times 10 raised to minus 3 divided by 2.046 times 10 raised to minus. So in fact, this one is moving backwards. So let's give us 1, 2, 10 raised to 10 raised to the power 2. So this will give us now log from tables. So get the log values of this from tables. Log from tables log 8.89 is equal to 88 under 9. Log 88 under 9. 9489. 88 under 9 will give us 9489. 88 9489 and log 2.046 equal to 20 under 4. 20 under 4, 3096, difference 6, 3096, difference 630, 3096, 13, 901, 3109, 3109. So what do? We come back here like we did here and then express them. So 10 raised to the log of this 10 raised to 940 points. Since from here the characteristic here is 0 because this is 8, that will not give us 0 points. We'll get log the characteristic of this log from then log is 9489 to 0 points. 9489 10 times what do we have here? So okay, that's 10 raised to minus 3 divided by here 10 raised to here is also 0 points, because from here to get the logarithm of 2.046 the characteristic here is 0 since we only have one figure before the decimal point 0. Then the logarithm is 3109 times 10 raised to power 2. So what do? Since it's division, we're going to subtract. Equals 10 raised to 0.9489. The division here is minus 0.3109 times 10 raised to minus 3 minus 2. This gives us 10. So I'm going to use my calculator. Zero point 9489 minus 0.31 3109 0.6387 0.6380 times 10 minus 3 minus 2 will give us minus 5. So let's get the anti-log of this part. So from tables the anti-log of 0.6380 is equal to 0.63 under 8. 0.63 under 8. 4345. Since the point here is 0, it means that it must be 4.4345. So which means when we're getting the characteristics, because the points, the characteristic, the decimal point, there's just a number before the decimal point. So the characteristic was 0. That's the implication. So now let's put this in place of this. So this will give us, therefore, 10 raised to 0.6380 times 10 raised to minus 5 is equal to 4.435 times 10 raised to minus 5. So now this implies that we move the decimal point backwards 5 times. This will give us 0.00004435. So now let's proceed to the second method. Because there was not enough space, I had to wipe the solutions from the first method, so I would have space to carry out the second method on this exercise here. So I have to write the answers here so that whichever we use the second method to get our final answers, we can compare to see that both the first method and the second method will give us the same answer. So just I'm going to leave this here while I continue. I'm going to the solution. This solution, I'm going to write method 2. The method 2, we're going to use our usual log table. So evaluate using logarithm tables. We're going to say a 0.8907 times 0.0066792 and the number log 0.8907. Our characteristic will give us by 1.89 under 0. 89 under 0, 9494, difference 7. Difference 7 is 3. So 9494, that is given 9497. 9497. 0.006792. Our characteristic is by 3.67 under 9. 7 under 9. Remember that our characteristic here are the part that if you express it in standard form, the part that will be raised to 10 raised to, in the stand, like we express it in standard form, this will give us 0.006792. So using a standard form means 1, 2, 2 to 6.792 times 10 raised to minus 6. So this minus 3 is what we have here as our standard, as our characteristic. Then we will look for 709 difference 2 to get our log. Same thing applies there. So 67 under 9, 8319, 8319, difference 2. 67 on 9, difference 2 is 1. So 10 8320. 8320. So since it is multiplication, we're going to add. We add 7 plus 0 is 7, 9 plus 2 11, 4 plus 3 is 7, 8, 9 plus 8 17. We're going to carry 1 over by 1 by 3 by 1 by 1 minus by 3 plus 1. So this implies that minus 1 minus 3 plus 1. So minus 1 minus times minus is plus 3 plus 1. So minus 1 plus 3 will give us 2. 2 plus 1 is equal to 3. So that will give us 3.78. This part is addition plus 3. So let me do it again. So minus 1 plus times minus will give us minus 3. And then plus 1. We are doing addition because it's multiplication, not subtraction. So minus 1 times minus 1 minus 3 gives us minus 4. Minus 4 plus 1 give us minus 3. So here will be bar 3. So now we're going to look for the antilog of this part. 7817. So 0.78 on that one. 0.78. 6039. 6039. 0.78 on that one. 60 on that one. 6039. Difference 7.78. Difference 7. 10. 9406. 6049. This will give us 6049. So bar 3 implies that there must be 2 zeros between the decimal point and between the decimal point and the first non significant between the decimal point and the first significant figure. So this will give us 0.006049. Now let's compare this to this. Are they the same? Yes, they are. So let's go to B. So B, we have 0.00889 times 2 divided by 204.6. So number log 0.00889 expressed in standard form. Our characteristics would be bar 3 point. So 88 under 9. 88 under 9. 9489. 9489. 204.6. Characteristic is 2 rather. 2 points. 20 under 4. 20 under 4. 3096. 3096. So difference 6 will give us 20 under 4 difference 6. 13. 9013. 3109. 3109. So division, for division we are going to subtract. So 9 minus 9 will give us 0. 8 minus 0, 8. 4 minus 1, 3. 9 minus 0, 6. Okay, battery minus 2. The battery implies minus 3 minus 2. Let's go to minus 5. So that will be bar 5 points. Bar 5 points. 0.6380. So now we're going to look for the antilog of this number. 6.63 under 8. 0.63 under 8. 0.63 under 8. 4345. 4345. So what does this imply? Since the characteristic here, or the figure before the decimal point is minus 5 or bar 5, it shows that there were 4 zeros before there were 4 zeros between the decimal points and the first significant figure. This gives us 0.0. So that will give us 0.0000445. So let's compare this to this. So both methods will give us the same answer, but you are advised to stick to a particular method. You don't use two methods in an examination condition. Stick to the one that you think you are familiar with, or you think that is easier for you to use during examination condition or anytime you want to.